In this video, I just want to quickly overview some information about the text editor um, in Moodle. There's links to the full documentation on this if you wish, but I also wanted to just kind of give a quick visual demonstration to run through the main tools. This will probably be the most common thing that you're engaged with in Moodle is obviously entering content and formatting that content and so on. So I just want to kind of quickly go through what the options here are. So anytime you're in an editing mode on a page and there is a text box for text to go into, you will have this editor layered on top of it. The first button on the left pops open a second row of editing tools. So they give you kind of the most common ones in the first row, but then if you're looking for some more advanced tools, you can always show the second row. So you're not going to have a need for all of these. So I'm going to kind of go through the main ones. But again, like all the full documentation is available and linked below. So first up is this is basically the style of text that you're using. They don't give you a tool to directly change, say, the size of a font by just saying I want 12 point or 15 point or whatever, but they give you a couple of pre-formatted styles that basically go from a very large heading down to smaller headings and down finally to paragraph. So normal text, you don't have to do anything. It'll just type. But if you're looking to put in something that's larger, then you can pick one of those heading styles and use that. This is the bolding of text. I think we all know what that is. Italic, standard formatting options. So if I have a text here and I want to bold it, I just select the text and hit bold, or I hit italics or undo if I want. The next two icons are about lists. Actually, all four of these are about lists. You can have a bulleted list or what they call an unordered list, which just puts the dots before it, or you can do a numbered list, either one. And then these two buttons have to do with indenting or dedenting or outdenting, I guess they call it. So if you need to go a couple of layers into a bulleted list, those two buttons are there. So all four of those are grouped together. That all has to do with lists. The next two are for hyperlinks. The first one is link. The other one is unlink if you want to delete a link. So if I've got a link to add here, I would highlight the text, click the link, and then just put in the URL. Usually you've copied that from a website, paste it in there. You do have the option of opening in a new window. Generally speaking, I do click this. And what that does is it just means that the person using your site doesn't get navigated away from the site when they click on the link. It just opens up a new tab or a new window, goes to that new page, and then when they close that page, it comes right back to where they were. And I think in an educational setting, that's useful because if you're following a link, you then want to be able to get back to where you were. So I do usually click that little button there. But other than that, you just paste your URL in and you've got that. This next whole grouping is all about different types of content that you can put in. They have an emoji picker. If you're a big emoji user, you can put those in. This one you probably will use a lot. This all has to do with adding images. So you can either enter the URL of an image if the image is online, or if you go to browse repositories, you can upload an image directly from your computer. You can put basically a library of images in Moodle that you can access from there, but most of the time I'm just uploading a new image. So I will come here, upload the file, you choose it, you name it, and upload the file, and then it will put that image into your website or into the Moodle page. You can change the size if you want to. You can change the alignment of the image there. So that you'll probably use a fair amount. The next one is for inserting audio or video files. So this is if you have the actual video file, not a link to a video, but the actual video itself. This is how you would upload those files. You can record audio directly into a web page. I generally like to record my audio on another software and then just upload it. And you can also record video directly into here. I don't think I've ever used the Moodle video recorder, but it is an option there. And then this managing files, again, that's you can have files that you've uploaded to your Moodle that you can then refer to. So that just takes you to the file manager. So those are all about just adding different kinds of content. In the expanded row, we've got underscoring and strike through. Again, just two different formats of text, and you've got subscript and superscript. So that gives you those options in terms of formatting text. The next three buttons are all alignment: left justified, center, and right justified. So that if you're just working with text and you want to have something centered in the page, you can center it there. This next one is the equation editor, and I know we have a number of math teachers in the class and some science teachers. So as you know, sometimes putting equations in can be tricky because you have to format text in a very unique way. So this tool gives you an equation editor where you can build equations using all of the symbols and so on and all of that. My guess is if you are a math teacher, you've probably used something like this already in another program. So if you're looking for that or need to make use of that, that's where you find that. This next one is for unusual characters. So if you need umlauted characters, or you need Greek characters, or some of these other sort of more unusual symbols, you can access it directly from here. And you just click on it. I guess that's pi. So if I need to put the pi symbol in, I can do that. And now I've got pi there. So that's that. This next one is for tables. This is a very basic table editor. You can't do a whole ton in terms of formatting the tables, but if you want to organize content on a page in a grid of some kind, you can set the number of rows and columns. You can define the headers and so on. So you can put a table on these pages. And the last one is for clearing formatting. So if you've gotten text that's gotten all sort of messed up, you can go through and that'll basically eliminate all of the bolding and strike throughs and all that and just kind of take it back to normal. You have undo and redo just as basic editing functions. Accessibility checker, if we are looking to make sure that we are formatting our pages so that they are accessible according to sort of current web guidelines. This will actually check your content and give you flags of things that you could check. Screen reader, that's for people who need visual assistance. So that will help sort of format the text or help a screen reader know how to address the text that's on the page. And the final one here is if you are somebody who wants to go in and actually edit the HTML for your page directly. I know some people enjoy getting in and working with the HTML code. That's what this last button does. So it will show you this is the actual HTML that will create this page. So if you want to come in and add something very specific, or if you know how to work with HTML tags, you can come in and do things manually. The one way that I use this is I will embed most of my videos into my Moodle pages from YouTube. So on YouTube, I'll go to a video, I'll hit share, I'll hit embed, and it'll give me a bunch of HTML. And then I'll come into this page, go into HTML editor, and I'll paste that embed code in. And then what that does is it puts the video on the page as an embedded video. So it's got its player, you can go view it on YouTube directly and so on. So that's one way that I use this, but that's basically if you already have an understanding of HTML. So that's just a quick overview of the text editor and kind of the range of things you can do. You will be using this a lot across all of your Moodle pages. So I just wanted to give a quick overview from this standpoint, but again, you can also check the links in the Moodle to the documentation pages in Moodle where they will give you even more details about how all this works and so on. All right, that is all for this video.